Welcome to Wisdom Tips, everybody. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you're having a good day. I am. It's been a good day to be a good day. It's been beautiful outside. I've been celebrating my husband. He had a birthday today, and we just got back from celebrating his birthday. And I had to run in here to see you guys today. I didn't want to miss this opportunity because today we're going to be talking about celebrating mothers. Mother's Day here in North Carolina is going to be on Sunday. Most people celebrate it on Sundays, and it's the month of May. And I know it's a lot of other stuff going on. People are graduating from universities and colleges and everything, and some kids are even getting ready to go back to school. So this is an exciting time for me. I love May. I love to hear the birds sing. I love to see the beautiful trees and the flowers and everything. So this is one of my happy places when it gets warm and you see all the vegetation that's growing up around me. It just makes me feel so good. So I wanted to dedicate this episode rather, to mothers. When I was sitting back thinking about mothers, I often think about my mom because I lost her when I was 15. And I used to get sad, but now I rejoice because she poured so much into me. And I am the person I am today if it wasn't for my mother, as well as my father, although he wasn't the man that he should have been sometime. And, I can't deny the fact that he's my daddy. He helped created me. So I just want to celebrate you all today, those of you that are mothers. And if you know anybody that would like to hear this broadcast and their mother, I want you to share that to some mother right now. I'm sure they're going to be excited about what I've got to say about mothers, trying to give people some tips and giving them some wisdoms on how they should treat their mothers, why it's important to be a mother and how it's important to have a mother, because everybody doesn't have a mother. Okay, let me take that back. Oh, everybody do have a mother if you're born, but what I'm saying, sometimes mothers are either have passed on to be with the Lord, some of them have even left the families and the kids to fend for themselves. And it's just a lot of horrible stories out there sometimes. But many times it's some really wonderful stories of families and being growing up with their parents and just beginning to be beautiful women and men in society just because of the things that their mothers and their fathers poured into them. So if you know somebody right now, please go ahead and tag them. What they say, go ahead, share, hit the notification button, and let somebody know, what's going on here. We're going to talk about celebrating mothers, and it'll give you some ideas how to celebrate your mother. I know sometimes you may feel like, well, I don't have the money. I don't know what to really do for her. She has everything. But I want to share with you today that a lot of times you don't just have to have money. It's things that you can do without money that can really make your mother feel good inside. So to those of you that don't know me, I'm Dr. Connie Green, your host. I'm a Christian counselor, and I'm a certified Christian life coach as well. So I just drop in every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give some tips about life and how we can just maneuver around this life that we live in today. So welcome to Wisdom Tips. If you don't know me, I'm just here to drop pearls of true wisdom, giving you the tools that you need to live a victorious life. Again, today's topic is celebrating mothers in the month of May. All right. Before I go on with the celebrating mothers, I want to tell you a little bit about my story, about my mom. Some of you don't know my story, but I'm glad that you've tuned in so you can know just a little bit about my story and how much I love my mother. And it's some of the things that I did that maybe I shouldn't have done. And now I have regrets, so I don't want you to be like me, do some things that hurt your mother and then have a regret. And then it's too late to tell her that you love her, you're sorry. Because I went through some things in my life, before my mother died as a teenager, thinking I knew everything. And it took me a long time to forgive myself for some of the things I did, with my mom and some things that we had to go through, in the home. So let me share you a little bit about my story. When I was 15 years old, my world shattered in a million pieces because my father took my mother's life with a single gunshot wound to her stomach. In that one day, that traumatic experience that I had, I lost not only my mother to death, I lost my siblings to separation, and eventually my father to Alzheimer's, and then subsequently his passing. And, looking back on that story that I often talk about, I think about the devastating event, and I realized that a piece of my heart was lost when I lost my mother. The aftermath of losing my mother spin me twirling into bitterness and anger, depression, and profound unhappiness. Nothing could make me happy. No matter what you gave me, you give me a gift, you can tell me I had a good, nice outfit on, whatever, whatever. I was always unhappy. I tried to fake it till I make it, but deep down inside, I was hurting. Regret became my constant companion in my life. I regretted not showing her the love that I needed to show her. I had regrets not giving her more kisses, not expressing my gratitude for the food that she even fixed for us. I had regret, how she prepared those lovely food, a lot of times sweating, right, getting right off from work, and never walked in the kitchen to say, Mom, thank you. I regret being disobedient. And I remember the last fight that we had, before my mother passed. I was doing the teenage years. The teenage years, you useful and you're arrogant and you think you know it all. You think you know everything, but you really don't know nothing. But I remember the pain when I was talking back to her and she was upset with me and she slapped me across the face, which led me to grab her hands to prevent her from hitting me and causing more harm to my face. So at that moment that happened, it devastated my mama. She perceived it as an attack. She perceived it as I jumped on her, I fought her. So she stopped talking to me for months. And it really allowed the bitterness in her for me and the bitterness of feeling like what she did to me and the anger and resentment, it festered within both of us. When I look back on that, I deeply regret that. I regret for not even saying, Mama, I'm sorry. And I regretted, not saying, Mama, I shouldn't have did it. But, a year later, as I stood sobbing over her gravesite, I uttered those long overdue words, Mama, I'm sorry. Ooh, it took me that long, but guess what? It was too late. I should have told her that before she died, but I didn't. The weight of my regret passed on to me heavenly upon my heart, knowing that I could have made amends and to tell my mother that I was sorry, but I had so much pride and bitterness and anger. I didn't tell I was sorry till it was too late. I want you to listen to that story, dear hearts, because my story serves as a powerful reminder to cherish and appreciate our loved ones while we have a chance. Life is fragile, and it is in the tender moments of love and forgiveness and gratitude that true healing can take place. True healing and gratitude, reconciliation with all those that we have hurt is very important to those that we cherish. Don't be like me and wait till she's gone and it's too late. She can't hear me. Older people often say, give me my flowers while I live. We need to start picking up the phone, calling some folks, tell them that we love them, tell them how much we appreciate. A lot of times you see people that do things for you or do things for others, and you love them, you respect them, and you think they're good people. But have you ever told them that? But when they die and they go on home, whether it's grandmama, mama, aunt, auntie, brother, sister, we oftentimes cry over their caskets. But guess what? It's too late. May my journey be a catalyst of change for your own life. Embrace the opportunity to mend any broken relationships, to offer sincere apologies, and shower your loved ones with love, affection, and appreciation. Life is too short for regrets. I regret now, even now, sometimes when I talk about it, I tear up because I never got to say, Mama, I'm sorry. Don't have regrets. You got some friends that you need to reconcile with. Let us seize the present moment and create a legacy of love that will endure long after you're gone, long after they're gone. So let's talk about right now. That is my story, but let's talk about you. Let's talk about, why it's important to celebrate Mama. Number one, It's important to celebrate her because she experienced pain in having you. In childbirth, she was in so much pain, she could have lost her life. She was that far near of death. It's been a lot of women that have died in childbirth having children because the pain gets so severe and they inside sometimes can be torn trying to push the fetus out. She changed your diaper. She breastfed you. And if she didn't breastfeed you, she gave you a warm bottle. I'm talking to somebody when you was hungry and you was crying. She changed your diaper when it was wet. When you did number 1 and number 2, she cleaned you up. She took you a bath. She puts good smelling stuff on you. She clothed you. Mother cooked for you. Sometimes we don't even think it. We say, I don't want that tonight, Mom. And you go somewhere and you get something else. But she slaved over that kitchen for you. Thanksgiving, she slaved over the kitchen. Christmas, she's going out buying gifts and slaving over the kitchen and trying to make the house look good so people can come visit and you can have time together with family. Sometimes she may be the first one that teaches you how to communicate, the first one that actually heard you say mama or daddy. Sometimes she's the first one to see you make your first step. I'm talking good right now. I'm talking to somebody right now. Love your mother. Cherish your mother. When you were sick, she nursed you back to health. She combed your hair. She loved you to death. She fought for you. Sometimes even lied for you. Oh, I'm talking good. She was what the Bible called a virtuous woman, one who is positive, a positive influence, a hard worker, a good planner, a manager of the house, a beautiful person inside and out. I'm talking about your mama. Your mama, the virtuous woman, is also sometimes a praying woman. There is power in a praying woman. Never, never underestimate a praying woman. You don't want to mess with a praying woman because she know how to pray and get a prayer through. And even life that we live in, don't doubt her. No matter what's going on in life, life may be busy and she may have a lot of duties, but she never stopped doing what she can do for you, for others, for the lady next door. She'll bake a cake. From the lady up the street that's sick, she'll go give them some soup. I'm talking about a mother, a good mother. A mother is a gift with a kind heart that doesn't wear her feelings on her chest or her shoulder. She forgives quickly. She loves you in spite of. A mother reach out into the world. She see other little kids. Sometimes they don't be clothed properly. She goes and buy clothes. She give it to the mothers. She babysit. Oh, I'm talking about true mothers today. We need to celebrate mothers like never before. You may not have money in your pocket, but it's things you can do. Then the unthinkable can happen in their life, but they keep on going. They never stop. I'm talking about a mother today. I want you to learn how to celebrate your mother. It was a story in the Bible about a young man that left home one morning with his father working in the field, and they brought him back home lifeless. They carried the young boy to his mother, and the Bible said he sit on her lap until noon until she died. But even in the moment of grief, even in the midst of her trouble, this woman was a great mother and had a great ability to handle trouble. She said, even though she knew her son was dying on her lap, she said, "It's well with my soul." I'm talking about a mother today. Hallelujah. Sometimes you don't know why she go through what she go through and how she can get through what she's going through. Being betrayed sometimes. Maybe she has an abusive husband, abusive relationship, but she keep on taking care of those babies. I'm talking about your mother. The mother, this particular woman prayed for her son so much that the prophet Elijah came in and began to pray for him and blew into his mouth, and he became alive and woke up. I'm talking about your mama. Before you were born in your mother's womb, God knew you, and he knew you were going to be the apple of her eye. So we shouldn't take it for granted. We should not take our mothers for granted. It may be too late. Don't be like me and wait till she get cold and in the grave and I'm standing over the grave saying, "Mama, I'm sorry." It was too late. Don't let it be too late, dear hearts. Love your mother. At this time, we're going to go on to break. And when we return, I want to share with you some wisdom tips. You don't want to miss this. You need to share this with somebody. I'm going to give you some tips, the things that we can do that really, really will bless our mothers this time of year. Will make her happy, make her smile. Some of us haven't seen our mother smile in a long time. And some of us feel like our mothers are mean and mad and angry all the time. Why is she mad and angry all the time? Have you ever asked yourself that? Have you ever wondered why she's angry and tired? Maybe she's tired. Maybe she's stressed out. Maybe she's depressed. Maybe she's overwhelmed. Maybe she needs some help. Maybe you need to wash the dishes. Maybe you need to cook. What do we need to do for our parents, our mother? We need to stop and take a look at our parents for real. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't leave us. You need to share this with a friend. And those of you that are just joining us, we are talking about celebrating mothers today. So you want to get on that, YouTube channel, and you want to share, and tell somebody about what we're talking about. That we're talking about beautiful parents and mothers today, how wonderful our mother is, particularly. That's who we're celebrating today. And I'm dedicating this broadcast to my own mother, whom I lost many years ago. And sometimes I still weep and have tears in my eyes because I never told my mother I was sorry. But before I give you this week's wisdom tips, let me help you by giving you some simple ways to celebrate your mother. These things may help you really make your mother feel special. And with some of them, it doesn't take a dime. Number one, shower her with affections and words and heartfelt compliments. Mama, you look good. Mama, I like that dress you got on. Mama, I like your hair. That didn't cost you a dime, did it? Number two, plan a special day of pampering, filled with spa treatments, a relaxation. Now, that's going to cost you a little bit, but you got it. Go ahead and take it out of your pocket and bless your mom. Number three, cook her favorite meal and serve it with love and a side of gratitude. Don't let her come fix her plate. Tell her to sit down. Mom, I got this. And fix her plate. Create a personalized photo album, captivating precious moments. Now, that didn't cost you a thing. You can just go back in your phone and get some pictures you've taken of the family, pictures of you taking of things that the family have done, outings that you've had, dinners that you've had, restaurants that you've been through, birthdays that you've celebrated. It doesn't take a lot of money to do that. She would love that. She would cherish that for the rest of her life. Even now, they've got companies. If you take your pictures, they'll make a book out of it. Oh, I know she would love that. Number five, write her a heartfelt letter expressing your love and appreciation. That didn't cost you a dime, did it? Well, go on and do it. All right. Number six, take her on a surprise outing to her favorite place, an exciting new destination. If you don't have the money, save the money. Do it next year. All right. Number seven, organize family gatherings or do a virtual get together if you can't go out physically, or you don't have the transportation, or you don't have the money. Do it virtually. Bring the family together. Talk to each other. We did that one time, a couple of times with my family, and it would really blessed us because it was during COVID and we wanted to get together. So we did it virtual, and it was beautiful. Number eight, give her a thoughtful safekeep that symbolizes her bond and her significance. So what I'm saying is, give her something. Maybe you found something that belonged to her grandmother, and something that she wore. Maybe something that you wore when you was a baby and she gave it to you. You could give that to her and remember her by. And it's just so many things you can think about that you could give her as a keepsake that she could hold and cherish and never forget. Now, that doesn't cost you much money. Number nine, offer to take care of her responsibilities. In other words, instead of cooking every day at the kitchen, why don't you cook for it? Why don't you clean up the floor? Clean up the house, sweep the floor, mop the floor, wash the clothes, do some things that she normally do. If she has a lot of kids, help her out with the kids. If you're the oldest kids, especially help your mom out with the responsibility that she has, so she can relax and rejuvenate, and not do nothing, just be herself, and just take a deep breath for a while and not have to worry about doing all that stuff when you can take it off her hands. Amen. Am I talking good? Number 10, Simply spend quality time together. Now that means a lot. I had an aunt, I called her mommy because right after my mama died, my mom's sister raised me. And when she got ill, just spending that quality time with her, cherishing her and having company with her and creating new memories meant so much to me and her. I even wept at her bedside many times because I had regretted not being around her like I should have after I grew up and got married, got grown. And like they say, when you're young, smelling yourself, I had my own family, I had my own life, and I didn't visit her like I felt like I should. So I felt guilty when she was sick on her deathbed. And I remember asking her to forgive me. And I told her how much I loved her, how much I appreciate her, how much she poured into me, how much I am who I am today. Because of what she did. I'm getting emotional right now, but she taught me one of the most valuable things after my mom died. She taught me how to have integrity and how to keep a job and how to be dependable. Do what you say and say what you do. So every morning I got up. If I wasn't going to work, I was going to school. I never missed a day of school, never missed a day of work. I was faithful. Why? Because she taught me how to do that. So sometimes sit down with those that have poured into you, have fed you, people that have adopted you, and you calling them mama and nana. What have you done for them? But they did something for you when you were young, right? They took care of you. Go back and share those memories. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Okay? Well, I hope these things help you, that you can go and do for your mother. Just the little things sometimes that means more than a mother than anything else. And I hope that you got something out of it. Now, let's go to wisdom tips. I think my time is almost up. Tip number 1, love her. Love your mother with all your heart and all your soul. Everything that's in it, show her. I gave you the tips of how you can show her how much you love her. Number 2, obey her. Don't disrespect your mother. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Sometimes she don't want all the gifts that you try to give her to make up for the things that you've done. Just obey her. Do what she asks you to do. And if you do what she asks you to do, a lot of times we won't make the mistakes we make because we think we're too grown to smelling ourselves. You don't want to hear what mama got to say. But sometimes mama been around longer than you. Mama done seen some things. And so when you disobey her, it can hurt her heart. So obedience is better than sacrifice. In other words, your mama don't need your money sometimes. Your mother don't need your gift. She just needs you to be obedient so she can get some sleep at night. Oh, somebody don't like this kind of teaching, but it's good. Tip number 3, speak kindly to her. Watch your tongue. Don't curse your mother. Don't be disrespectful to your mother and saying stuff to her that's out of order. Because whatever you sow, you shall reap. That incident that me and my mother had that I never told her I was sorry and it was too late, it came back to me and to one of my children. Yeah, I tried to hit them and they grabbed the broom. And I was looking like an idiot up there and they was taller than me and I couldn't whoop them because they were too big and strong. And then my mind just flashed back to what I did to my mom when she slapped me. I grabbed her hand. When I tried to hit my son with a broom, he grabbed the broom. Now somebody laughing right now. Now you know you done hit your son with a broom. At least I ain't hit him with a stick. Now don't be judging me tonight. But yeah, I was mad at him. I went in there with the broom. I started beating him with the broom. He grabbed that broom and he held that broom and I couldn't get to the broom. I was trying to jump to get the broom so I could hit him some more and I was out of breath. And then the memory just flashed before my face. Then I realized how my mother felt. So speak kind to her. Don't be mean. Don't be arrogant, bitter, and angry and talking about I'm mad at my mama. I ain't talked to her in a couple of years. Loose here. That's your mama. She almost died having birth for you. Get over yourself. Go call your mama. Somebody don't like this, right? But I know I'm talking right. I'm talking good. Have wisdom to hold your tongue. Proverbs told us in Proverbs 31:26, go read it. Say we're supposed to have some kind words. Number 4, respect your mother. She worked too hard for you not to respect. I've already went on that wheel. I'm not going to go no further on that because somebody mad already. But I'm telling you the truth. Number 5, protect her. Protect her heart. Do the right things. If you're a Christian, obey God. Reacquaint yourself with him. Go back to church. Make her proud of you. And so she can stop worrying and she can lose some sleep at night. She won't lose no sleep at night, rather. Tip number 6, celebrate her. Now, I gave you a whole list of things how you can celebrate her. Now, I want you to go celebrate your mother. This is a celebration month. And don't just celebrate her on Mother's Day, people. Celebrate her every chance you get because she's mother, right? All right. In my closing, it's time for me to go this week. In my closing, remember, we ain't got no time for tears and fears because wisdom is the principal thing, and all that get an understanding. Why? So you can live a victorious life. Have a blessed day, everyone. I love you. Remember, come back and see me next week on Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be here every Thursday unless something happens. You know, if I don't come on, something happens, so you better get to praying for me, all right? But please join me again next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on CTR Media Network and all the other platforms. Love you guys. Go do something great for your mother. It's going to make you feel real good. God bless you. Love you guys. Bye-bye.